What's up, guys? This is Jay from JSFILMZ, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera. I'm getting a lot of questions about this camera because Christmas is coming up, and I'm guessing you guys are thinking about getting this camera, so let me go ahead and talk about it just a little bit, alright? If you're planning to use this camera just for fun, for like a vacation and stuff, it's a great camera, but I really don't suggest you just pick it up, put a battery in it, and just go with it. So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to show you just the basic functions or the basic rig for this, and then I'll show you a couple of extra accessories that you can use with this thing. And straight out of the box, what you're going to get is just the body itself, and then you're going to get a battery charger and a couple of adapters for Europe and Asia and stuff like that. So if you just want to go ahead and buy it just to use without anything else, yeah, you can pick up the camera, you can pick up the battery, which comes with it, and then you have to use the special SD cards. They are the SanDisk Extreme Pro, the 95 megabits per second ones, because this camera does shoot RAW, and you don't want anything less than the 95 megabytes per second, okay? If you're going to shoot RAW, you have to get this card, because if not, you're going to have some drop frames with it, all right? Now, the number one question I get on YouTube is the lens that I am using. The lens that I am using is a Panasonic 20mm 1.7, all right? And it's a micro 4/3 lens. So you don't need any adapter. You just slap it in there and there's your 20mm, okay? One thing that you will need to remember is that the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera has a crop factor of 2.8 something, so you're gonna have to take that 20mm, you're gonna multiply it by 2.8, and that's what actually you're gonna get. If you are planning to use this in some decent work, some wedding, whatever, and you want some other stuff to go with it, then I'll show you a couple of stuff that you can buy to get this. With this, okay? So you're obviously gonna need the camera, the SD card, the battery. The next thing you can get is obviously a rig. Here I got the Tilta. I don't know if they sell it in the US anymore, but I got this a long time ago. It comes with a 15mm rails. I have a quick release thing attached here, so it just attaches to my tripod whenever I use it. And then I have a quick release plate here as well from Manfrotto, so all I have to do is take my camera, quick release, and just stick it in and out of there whenever I use it, okay? So that's a pretty good system there. You can also get a follow focus with this thing, which you just put in there, and you can control your focus with this thing, okay? Which is really freaking awesome, man. Once you go use the follow focus, you'll never want to go back, because they're just amazing. And this one is made by Tilta as well. These guys are pretty good, but they're based in China, and they don't really sell a lot of US. They don't sell to US that much. You probably have to go to eBay and get some of this. Now, for having a small camera, I actually just got this thing. It is a stabilizer made by Xcam, and it's called the Xcam Sabre, which works pretty well. You can actually see this in action in my short film that I just made. So as you can see, I'll have a quick release here as well, so I can just take my camera and just switch from one rig to another. So here's my Xcam Sabre. It's pretty freaking light, and it works well with a Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera. Now, one thing you're gonna remember, you can't just stick this little tiny thing and put it in here, because it's not gonna balance correctly. So what I actually use, when I actually use the stabilizer, I add some other stuff in there to make this a little bit heavier, because if you just use this just like this, it's just not gonna balance properly, man. As far as audio goes, what I actually do is I have a Juicedlink preamplifier, okay? So what I do is I take this Juicedlink, plug it into the mic here, and just record it like that. And I obviously have a shotgun mic with it that comes with it. So, the audio on this thing, it's not usable. If it's for like family outings or whatnot, vacation, sure. But if you're gonna do any dialogue scenes, you definitely want to get a preamp. And it's not as bad as the original BMCC. This is pretty decent. They don't have that issue. So yeah, it's pretty freaking awesome if you have a preamp. So as you can see, we're adding more and more stuff to it, so that under $1,000 is starting to add up. If you're if you're serious about the camera or about your work. So the next thing I'm gonna go over is just your neutral density filters, which I got some by Tiffen, which is the Whitewater IRND. These things are pretty good. I don't have them all yet, but I have most of it, like the useful ones, like 1.2, 1.8, 2.1. Those are the most common ones that I use. Another thing that you want to get with this camera is a monitor. Okay, I have here the SMALLHD DP4, which was on sale on Cyber Monday. Okay, this right here it's pretty amazing. As you can see here, what I do is I put a hot shoe here and I just put it on like that, and I know it looks retarded, but the monitor or the LCD, the back of the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera, is not that great during daylight. So I bought the SMALLHD because I can get the EVF with it and I can get the sun hood with it. So I definitely got it, and it comes with some pretty cool features like false color, and the focus assist on this freaking monitor is just fantastic. You just gotta have it if you're serious about work. And this setup right here is actually still not heavy. It's still pretty light, and you can still go around and shoot videos like this, you know. And earlier I told you that for you to be able to use the stabilizer, you're gonna need a little bit heavier equipment. So what I actually do is I put this on top of the BMPCC, put it on there, and it balanced perfectly, man. It's pretty good. So with that, if you do ever get a monitor, you're gonna need an HDMI, because the BMPCC has a micro HDMI. Okay, so it goes micro HDMI and then it goes regular HDMI to your small HD DP4 or DP6. And that's pretty much it. That's not like professional stuff, but it's just to get you started if you're serious about your work or if you're getting paid or whatnot. But for us, it's just, you know, it's a hobby. It's just to have fun, and I just love making movies, so that's all we do. That's all we do with this stuff. But like I said, this right here, this is definitely I'm definitely gonna use it when I go on vacation. I actually use this when I go fishing to shoot, when my fishing videos, when I'm fishing, I just shoot with it because it's so tiny. You can fit this in your pocket, honestly, if your setup is like this. Now, don't just listen to those assholes who are saying, oh, you can't fit it in your pocket. Well, you actually can fit this in your pocket if it's just, just a setup by itself. Now, a couple of things about the BMPCC now that kind of are bad are just, excuse me, are just the battery life. You will need more than this, obviously. I have an external battery. I actually have a V-mount battery with this that I use sometimes, but I don't use it all the time, just when I need extra power, which plugs in here, which is pretty good. But you will definitely need batteries, and you will definitely need more SD cards, okay? Because if you're shooting RAW, those 64 gigabyte SD cards, they're only going to last, or they're only going to run you for 18 minutes. And right now, with the firmware they have, which is, I believe, 1.4, you can't delete footages on your card, so you have to put in a laptop and delete it that way. So I suggest you grab a couple of more until they're able to let you delete the files. It's a pretty good camera. It's really light. It's awesome for filmmaking. This right here, man, this is going to change. I believe this is going to change filmmaking. There's going to be a lot of people who they're going to have this camera and just do amazing things with it. So I hope I helped you guys out, and if you have any other questions, let me know and I'll try and answer it for you on the comments. Thanks for watching.